Alright, so let's solve question 8 from sample final A. So from the previous events where we're looking at the probability that the customer buys beer, wine, or vodka, we are asked whether or not each of the events are independent or mutually exclusive. So for questions like these, we should check each condition and see if they're true or false. So for letter A, events W and B, so wine and beer, are independent. So in the question, it gives us the probability that they buy wine and beer is 22%. So in order for these two events to be independent, the product of their individual probabilities will give us the intersection. So let's verify if probability that they buy wine times the probability that they buy beer. Does this equal 22%? Let's check. So in the question, we're given that the probability that they buy wine is 55%, and the probability that they buy beer is 40%. And punching those numbers in, we get 22%. So since these two numbers match, it is indeed independent. So letter choice A is the answer. But let's check the other letters and see whether or not they're false and why they are false. So events W and B are mutually exclusive. This is false. So I'm going to pull up the Venn diagram that we drew in the previous video. So if they're mutually exclusive, wine and beer, that means that there will be no overlap between the two Venn diagrams. But since there are, since 22% buy beer and wine, that means they're not mutually exclusive. Letter choice C, W and V are independent. Let's check. So the probability that they buy wine and vodka is 6%. Let's find the product of their individual probabilities. So that'll be 55% times probability that they bought vodka is 15%. And that equals 0.0825. Since these are not equal, they're not independent. So that's false. Letter D, W and V are mutually exclusive. Let's check the Venn diagram. Wine and vodka, since the probability that they buy wine and vodka is 6% and not 0%, that means they are not mutually exclusive. So D is false. Let's check E. Events beer and vodka are independent. So let's see. So the probability that they buy beer and vodka is going to be 5%. Let's see if the product of their individual probabilities gives us 5%. So that'll be probability that they buy beer. It's 40% times the probability that they buy vodka. So this does not equal 5%. In fact, this value is 6%. So 0.06 does not equal 0.05. So not independent. So the only correct answer choice is A.